Robinson, and I suppose, you know, like most artists, I started producing artwork from birth, as one would say. Yeah, the practice art for me, it's my entire life. You know, I practice art. You know, I produce it. I talk about it. I read about it. I dream about it. You know, there's not too much more that you can do with art. So, you know, my life is, yeah, totally absorbed in art. A lot of the work, I suppose, has been sort of ideas, thoughts, you know, just things that I've wanted to produce, you know, have sort of thought about over, you know, sort of probably the last 10 years or, you know, something like that, while, you know, sort of working full-time at the regional gallery. It's art, you know, for me, there's a huge aspect of play, and so, you know, I'm always laughing, joking. That actually, you know, sort of comes across quite strongly in the work. There's always, you know, sort of tongue-in-cheek aspects somewhere in, you know, sort of each and every work print that I do produce. Casting my mind back, you know, a few years before that, when I, you know, sort of in the thick of it at the regional gallery, exhibitions manager, deputy director, you know, sort of positions, and, you know, what that sort of entailed on a day-to-day basis. You know, I suppose there was a period of, you know, sort of not a lot of printmaking activity and things like that, and, you know, it was a focus on probably more public art, you know, sort of sculpture and things like that. But, you know, since starting here, you know, having the opportunity to start here and, you know, look at, I suppose, you know, sort of printmaking a lot more closer than, you know, sort of I've ever done in the past. And I suppose, you know, building skills not only, you know, in the you know, sort of development of, you know, sort of new works and things like that in terms of imagery and things like that, but also, you know, mastering my skills in, you know, actual carving of silk cut lino, commercial flooring, linoleum, you know, sort of etching into zinc plates, copper plates, you know, doing some very basic, you know, sort of wood cuts and things like that. It's allowed me the time, the space, and, you know, that element of play. It's something that I've always sort of pulled along. So, you know, just those, yeah, a couple of things all combined into one. You know, it's made it, you know, such a fantastic residency, you know. Yeah, looking back, you know, several years ago when I was at TAFE, you know, sort of, I suppose, in the thick of, you know, sort of that student lifestyle, when it came to printmaking, lino cutting, I suppose after a couple of years I became, you know, that sort of proficient in it. I used to often say I could do it in my sleep, and now, you know, yeah, it's sort of gone beyond that. It's just a, you know, wonderful medium to work in. It's something I've dragged from, you know, from home, out camping in the bush, you know, down to Branghton Beach. You know, it's a very versatile medium that you take anywhere, and that's what I've done. And I suppose, you know, it's something that I enjoy doing. You know, it's not just, you know, sitting in a static studio all the time, but taking the art form out, you know, out and about, and, you know, getting that experience of, I suppose, you know, producing out in the environment, and plus, you know, also, you know, getting responses from, you know, people that pass by and, you know, want to stop and check out, you know, what you're doing and things like that, and, you know, engaging in conversation about, yeah, about, you know, about life in general sometimes, and, you know, mostly about art. 3 to 5 years down the track, I hope to be still producing, I suppose, art full time. You know, I suppose, you know, trying to cast my, you know, sort of thoughts that far down the track. Having a look at, you know, sort of imagery-wise what I've produced so far, I'm eager, very eager to see, you know, yeah, what will have eventuated after, you know, say all of this, I suppose, you know, experimentation time and things like that.